What if the most beautiful faces of the three kingdoms never looked the way history taught us to remember them? Welcome to History Reborn AI. Behind the silk, the legends, and centuries of retelling lie political marriages, betrayal, war, and deaths no one dared to speak of. Tonight we bring 20 women from the age of the three kingdoms back to life through artificial intelligence. From empresses, erased from memory, to a beauty who may never have existed at all. Stay until the very end to meet the most mysterious face in this entire countdown. Now sit back, relax, and enter the story. Number 20. A faded carving. A face turned slightly from the light. In the closing years of the Eastern Han, around the 1790s, a woman known only as Lady Du became the quiet center of two ambitions larger than her own life. Han funerary reliefs and ceramic court figures preserve the ornaments, allowing her face to return through reconstruction. The public remembers a beauty desired by both the general Guan Yu and the warlord Cao Cao. The colder truth is smaller. Tradition says Guan Yu asked for her more than once, and Cao Cao kept her instead. Two of them left their names behind. The woman they wanted left only a surname. Number 19. A widow standing where an army had just surrendered. In 197, the widow of Zhang Ji, remembered later as Lady Zhou, became one of the costliest mistakes of Cao Cao's career. No portrait from her time survives. Only later paintings of the Wancheng campaign, reconstructed through the bearing of a Han widow in mourning. The public remembers a seductress who distracted a conqueror in a captured land. The colder record says only that Cao Cao took Zhang Ji's widow, a name owed mostly to fiction. Jiang Shu turned on his new lord in fury, and Cao Cao lost his own son and his fiercest bodyguard. But the night she entered his chamber, blood was already gathering at the gates. Number 18. A well. A crying infant handed to a general on horseback. This is the scene the world remembers, and it may never have happened. Lady Mi, sister of the officials Mi Zhu and Mi Fang, was a real woman, married to Liu Bei by her brother's arrangement. Ink prints of the Battle of Changban and later serial paintings preserve the legendary version of her death, though nothing reliable confirms it. The public remembers a mother who handed her son to Zhao Yun and threw herself down a well. The colder truth is silence. After her marriage, Lady Mi disappears from the record almost entirely. Later storytellers gave her a hero's ending, perhaps only because true history never gave her one. Number 17. An empty throne and a widow standing before it. Empress Zhu, wife of the Eastern Wu ruler Sun Shu, died in 265, but her fall began in a decision she never fully controlled. Later court portraits and genealogical carvings of the Eastern Wu family provide the foundation for her reconstruction. The public barely remembers her, a quiet dowager at the edge of a collapsing kingdom. The colder truth is crueler. After her husband's death, she consented to place Chunhua on the throne. Within a short time, she was demoted and eventually forced to end her own life. She opened the throne room's door for Chunhua. That door closed behind her like a coffin's lid. Number 16. A daughter of the conqueror, standing against her own bloodline. Cao Jie, posthumously honored as Empress Xianmu, died in 260. Remembered as one of the last to resist the ending of the Han dynasty from inside her own family. Later, court portraits and abdication scene engravings form the basis for her return. The public remembers a daughter of Cao Cao placed beside a puppet emperor. The colder truth is a woman torn between loyalties that could never be reconciled. Her father controlled the court. Her own brother forced her husband to abdicate. Tradition holds that when messengers came for the imperial seal, she refused again and again. She could not save the Han dynasty, but she refused to help her brother bury it. Number 15. An old woman standing before two empty chairs. Lady Wu, wife of the warlord Sun Jian and mother of Sun Ce and Sun Quan, died around 202, though later sources place it as late as 207. Family portraiture of the Sun clan and sculptures of Jiangdong noblewomen provide the basis for her face. The public remembers a strong mother behind the founders of Eastern Wu. The colder truth is grief carried in silence. She lived to see her husband die in battle, and her eldest son assassinated while still young. Tradition says that on her deathbed, she summoned the minister Zhang to guide her surviving son. The men of the Sun family built a kingdom. Before they were old enough, she kept it whole. Number 14. A woman on horseback, looking back at children she will never see again. Cai Yan, known by her courtesy name Wenji, was born around 170, a poet and musician who became a living witness to a shattered country. Paintings of her return to Han China and engravings tied to her 18 songs of a nomad flute form the record used for her reconstruction. The public remembers a gifted poetess ransomed home by Cao Cao. The colder truth is a second exile disguised as freedom. Captured during the chaos of war, she lived for years among the Xiongnu and bore children there. When ransomed, she had to leave those children on the frontier forever. She was brought home, but part of her life stayed on the other side of the border. Number 13. A jade statue, cold and perfect, standing in for a woman history barely remembers. Lady Gan, later honored as Empress Zhao, died sometime before Liu Bei declared himself Emperor of Shu Han, her exact date lost to time. Later court paintings and legendary jade figure imagery form the basis for her return. Though the tale of her jade-like beauty comes from later legend, not core record, the public remembers a beauty likened to white jade, mother of the last emperor of Shu Han. The colder truth is a woman scattered by war and starved of any final honor. She died before her husband wore the crown and was granted the title of Empress only after death. The throne finally called her Empress. Only once she could no longer hear it. Number 12. A door to a banquet she was never invited to. Empress Mao, wife of the Cao Wei ruler Cao Rui, died in 237, her personal name lost to history. Later Wei dynasty empress portraiture and reconstructed court regalia provide the foundation for her return. The public remembers her as the lesser-known empress, standing in the shadow of Lady Zhen and Nüwang. The colder truth is a death born from something unbearably small. Cao Rui held a private banquet with consort Guo and forbade anyone from telling the empress. When she revealed she already knew, his fury was absolute, and he ordered her death. She did not die for treason. She died because she overheard a celebration never meant for her. Number 11. A young bride standing between two family crests slowly tearing apart. Xiahou, courtesy name Yuanrong, lived from 211 to 234. Born into the Cao Xiahou clan, but married into the rising Sima family that would one day devour the dynasty her relatives had built. Wei and Jin noblewoman portraiture and reconstructions from 3rd century pottery form the basis for her return. The public rarely remembers her outside genealogical records, the young wife of Sima Shi. The colder truth, recorded in the Book of Jin, says she recognized her husband's ambitions and was poisoned, though his direct responsibility remains disputed. Did she die of illness, of politics, or of seeing something she should not have seen? She died before she could warn anyone. Number 10. A closed door and eyes colder than the sword behind it. Zhang Chunhua, wife of the statesman Sima Yi, lived from 189 to 247. Standing behind the family that would one day destroy Cao Wei and found the Jin dynasty. Sima family portraiture and paintings of Wei Jin noblewomen form the basis for her likeness. The public remembers a cold, decisive wife and mother of Sima Shi and Sima Zhao. The colder truth, preserved as an anecdote in the Book of Jin, and possibly shaped by later moral storytelling, claims that when a servant discovered Sima Yi was feigning illness, Zhang Chunhua had the servant killed to protect the secret. Her sons inherited an empire. Perhaps its foundation was laid in a servant's silenced voice. Number 9. A reflection in a mirror and a shadow standing behind it. Nüwang, later Empress Wenji, lived from 184 to 235, her name echoing the word for a female sovereign. Wei dynasty Empress paintings and later consort albums provide the foundation for her reconstruction. The public remembers her as the woman who replaced Lady Zhen as Empress to Cao Pi. The colder truth is contested. Many later sources accuse her of contributing to Lady Zhen's death, yet the historian Pei Songji cast doubt on parts of that account, and her responsibility has never been fully proven. Was she the mastermind, the beneficiary, or a woman condemned by the faction that outlived her? She won the throne, but never escaped the woman who fell before she rose. Number 8. A musician in lamplight transformed into a woman seated at the center of an empire. Lady Bian, later Empress Wuxuan, lived roughly from 160 to 230, rising from a background tied to performers into the household of Cao Cao and becoming mother to the founding emperor of Cao Wei. Later Wei dynasty Empress paintings and reconstructions of Cao family regalia form the basis of her return. The public remembers a calm, steady mother to Cao Pi, Cao Zhang, Cao Ji, and Cao Xiong. The colder truth is a woman who spent her final years watching her sons turn on each other over succession. She carried her sons to the edge of the throne. But no mother could climb those final steps beside them. Number 7. A veil that was never allowed to become a crown. Lady Bu, remembered as Bu Lianshi, though that name does not appear in the core biography preserved by the Chronicle, died in 238. Treated by the entire court as an empress, she was never formally permitted to become while alive. Eastern Wu consort paintings and reconstructed Jiangdong court robes form the basis for her return. The public remembers a woman long favored by Sun Quan, mother of the princesses Sun Luban and Sun Luyu. The colder truth is a title withheld by politics. The court favored another candidate, and she received the title only after death. The whole palace called her Empress. Only history refused to, until she could no longer hear it. Number 6. A weaver's daughter, lifted from the looms into the palace itself. Pan Shu, later honored as Empress, died in 252, rising from the weaving chambers to become the only woman Sun Quan ever formally elevated to that rank. Silk weaving beauty paintings and a legendary dream of a dragon said to precede her son's birth form the basis for her reconstruction, though that dream belongs to later legend, not record. The public remembers a humble beauty discovered in the weaving rooms. The colder truth is betrayal in her final hours. Exhausted from nursing the dying Sun Quan, she was strangled in her sleep by palace women, disguised as sudden illness. She rose from the loom to the throne and died beneath hands that once bowed to her. Number 5. A woman standing between two war fleets, belonging fully to neither. Lady Sun, remembered in later opera as Sun Shangxiang, a name never confirmed by the chronicle, was active in the early 3rd century, a symbol of the alliance between Liu Bei and her brother Sun Quan, and a warrior in her own right. Three Kingdoms engravings and the record's account of armed attendants surrounding her form the basis for her face. The public remembers a sword-bearing princess who rode into legend beside Liu Bei. The colder truth is a marriage built on strategy. She brought her own soldiers into his territory and unsettled his court. Tradition says that when she returned home, she tried to take his son with her, stopped by the generals Zhao Yun and Zhang Fei. For her, the alliance may only have been a battlefield with no way out. Number 4. A pair of sisters, remembered together, and one of them slowly erased. Da Qiao, whose personal name was never recorded, rose to prominence around 199. One of the celebrated Qiao sisters of Jiangdong, praised as a beauty beyond compare, though almost nothing else of her life survived. Paintings of the two, Qiaos and later print albums, form the foundation for her reconstruction. The public remembers a gentle elder sister, wife of the warlord Sun Ce, always pictured beside her sister Xiao. The colder truth is a silence that swallowed her whole. Sun Ce died shortly after their marriage, and no record survives of her grief or her fate. Even her name may simply mean the elder Qiao daughter. When Sun Ce died, the other half of her story vanished with him. Number 3. A woman playing music beside a river of ashes where a war fleet once burned. Xiao, whose given name was never recorded, was the wife of the general Zhou Yu. Her beauty forever linked to red cliffs, and the legend of Cao Cao's desire to claim her. Paintings of the two Qiao sisters, and later imagery of a woman at a zither, shape her reconstruction. The public remembers the breathtaking wife of Zhou Yu, said to be the true prize behind a war. The colder truth, the story of Cao Cao coveting the sisters, belongs to literature, not confirmed history, and the chronicle records almost nothing beyond her marriage. When Zhou Yu died young, the record falls silent on her fate. No one recorded the war fought inside her after he was gone. Number 2. A goddess of a river, and a woman never allowed to become one in life. Lady Zhen, posthumously honored as Empress Wenji and remembered as Zhen, lived from 183 to 221, celebrated as one of the great beauties of the era. Later Empress portraiture and artwork, tied to Cao Zhi's Rhapsody of the Luo River goddess, form the reconstruction basis, though that goddess is never her confirmed portrait. The public remembers a beauty seized from a defeated family by Cao Pi, and the unconfirmed inspiration behind Cao Zhi's famous verses. The colder truth is a death with no ceremony. Left at the old capital when Cao Pi founded Wei, she was forced to end her life. She rose to become an emperor's mother, yet never an empress. They turned her into a river goddess, perhaps because the truth was too cold to face. Number 1. A fan lifted beneath the moon, and a face that may never have belonged to anyone. Diao is the most famous beauty of the Three Kingdoms tradition. Set against the killing of the warlord Dong Zhuo in 192. Yet, she is not confirmed as a historical figure. Qing dynasty engravings and countless later depictions form her reconstruction, all legend-shaped, long after the events, never a portrait made from life. The public remembers her as one of the four great beauties, whose charm turned the warrior Lu Bu against his own master. The colder truth. The chronicle records only an unnamed maidservant secretly involved with Lu Bu. No evidence she was ever called Diao or joined any scheme by the minister Wang Yun. The most famous woman on this list may never have existed under the name the world remembers. Lady Zhen left a death. Xiao left a legend. Diao left only a name, and even that name may never have belonged to anyone. "20 faces have returned tonight, but many truths remain buried in shadow." Follow History Reborn AI and join us as we continue awakening the people history chose to forget.